Well, hello there. How are you? I'm coming to you from a mirror image of the bathroom I used to occupy. I'm staying with my friend Dave here at the old undisclosed location. It's a long story. I'll get back to that. But as for the shave tonight, I've already prepped my face with Le Livre Blanc shaving oil. That means white rabbit in French. And that's from a Quebec vendor on Etsy. There's also a soap that goes with that. My razor is going to be this Gillette TV razor in the red case. The red case indicates, I believe, that it was the second version made. I once told you wrong in a different video. I thought the blue case came later with a slightly different TV razor, but these I'm pretty sure were the second version made in the red case. My blade in there, which will be on its first use, is going to be this. It'll be an unmarked Personna blade. I used to have the blister pack that this came in, but these are Personna blades. They're just not marked, except with arrows telling you which direction to slide them out of the pack. And then on the back, you have a place to put used blades. Okay, my soap is going to be a contemporary puck of Williams mug soap. It does not necessarily lather as easy as the older version, which I have some of that too. And well, I have gotten this to kind of work for me recently, and I promised last week that I might try to use this week. So, well, I'm dropping things here. I don't have as much room to put things anymore since I'm in someone else's bathroom. I'm going to be using this William Marvey, I believe it is. Yep, William Marvey shaving mug, plastic shaving mug, which I haven't used in a long time. The soap's in there. My brush is going to be this Everready nylon brush, which was actually re-knotted, restored by Tim Abernathy, so it has a contemporary synthetic knot on there. So let me wet this soap just a little bit more here. And found it, if you make this soap pastier, excuse me, I'm kind of tripping around here. I haven't been drinking. If you make this maybe a little bit pastier, it lathers better, and it won't dissipate as bad on your face. Of course, when I used this previously, this newer puck of Williams, I had my scuttle with me and some very hot water in there. I don't have that with me right now. A lot of my stuff is at the place I was going to move into with a new roommate, but I don't think she really wanted a roommate. So a couple of friends of mine, Dave being one of them, rescued me from a kind of a bad situation, which is a shame because that lady I was going to live with used to live here in this building, and hopefully we can still be friends and just move on, but maybe just a touch more water in here. I usually lather beforehand off camera, but in case this does start dissipating, which it very well may, I want to have it as fresh as possible. So I'm lathering it in there. Usually for time's sake, I have this already lathered, but yep, just a little bit more here. Not too much water, although it seems like a thirsty soap, but we'll see if we can get something going. If nothing else, I think I'll be able to shave okay with this. And kind of getting some peaks here. And as somebody pointed out in one of the forums, this soap, Williams, has changed their formula several times. So they might try to tell you they never have if you call them. But, and somebody did and was told that this soap has never changed its formula. Well, yes, it has over the years. And somebody listed the different ingredients of the different incarnations of the soap in one of the forums. It's very interesting. I can't remember which forum it was, probably Badger and Blade or something like that, but I'm going to try to get a lather started here. I hope you're all doing well out there. Yeah, I like it when this is kind of pasty. And it might dissipate, especially, well, it dissipated, I think on the first pass before, and I do have, even though I've let it soak in, I've got oil on my face. So that could affect the lather a little bit, even though I let the soap soak in. I let the oil soak in. But this is a very finicky soap as far as building, and especially as far as maintaining a lather on your face. So when I used it before, and of course I was using a scuttle, my pretty little scuttle with hot water, very hot water. It was on the second pass that I had less dissipation, and then I think there was dissipation again on the third pass. So, let me see. Trying to find a place to set everything here. I'll get the razor out of its case here and I'll begin shaving. Been a minute since I've used this razor too, and already the soap is dissipating a little bit. Get that razor nice and wet, and we'll get started for the first pass with the grain. So I found that this soap works better if you keep it a little pasty on your face, and the hotter the water you use, the better. Right now I'm just using this tap water, which is not the hottest here. And then in this building, it can vary from one part of the building to the next even, and different times of the day, but this is almost just better than lukewarm water. Probably about a day's worth of growth, or just a little bit under. And the soap is pretty slick. Even when it dissipates, it has a slickness about it, which is helpful. I'm going to go ahead and rinse the razor. I did have some really nice selection of openings for this channel, for my videos, but there's no reason using those anymore. They were filmed at the place that I had started to move to. I was there for about a dozen days and it didn't work out. Personality conflict, or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it's better to get down the road. Get on down the road, you know. Some of this soap is staying on my face right now. Okay, let me rinse the razor again. Got a standard aggression razor here, mild to medium, more of a medium aggression razor, I think. And the soap has already dissipated quite a bit on my neck, so let me reach over here. This is one of those soaps, sometimes you gotta just keep going back to the puck here. Different conditions, different factors will affect this soap. It is a very finicky soap, like I said, I think it is. So I'll go ahead and do my neck here. Actually, this is I might have said against the grain. This is supposed to be with the grain, and my apologies if I said wrong. But sometimes on my neck it almost feels like this is going against the grain, going down, but I don't want to overdo it because I got some weepers the first couple of times I used this razor. And I was using another Personna blade. I think of the same kind of Personna blade in there, just that the ones I were using were Lab Blues that were marked, and I think these might be unmarked Lab Blues. But I'll have to look in one of the forums sometime to see for sure, because the guys in the shaving forums seem to know their stuff, for the most part. Most of them do. Or they go on there to ask about things that they don't know to get answers to questions. I'm not really a member of those shaving forums, but I look at them every so often. Well, that's the first pass. I'll pop out, pop right back in, and I'll come to you freshly lathered, more or less, for the second pass, which will be across the grain. Okay, I'm re-lathered and I'm ready to go here. Doing okay, all things considered. Pass number 2 across the grain here. It's been until recently, it had been a long time also since I had used a contemporary puck of Williams mug soap, or any Williams mug soap. Then I got an older puck and one of their older menthol pucks off of eBay. Those lather like a dream and there's no dissipation. And then back to one of their newer pucks, which I found in a supermarket over there in the other town where I lived a total of a dozen days, I guess. I was going to move over there permanently, but yeah, anyway, their supermarket there carried the Williams mug soap, the new stuff, so I thought I'd buy some, and I'm kind of glad I did. Kind of a soapy and even a mild citronella type scent to this soap, kind of lemony and soapy, and it took me a while to get it, to smell it, to sense it, but now I can smell the mild kind of citronella scent of this soap. Excuse me. Okay, let's see. The older pucks that you can buy on eBay, those have pretty much lost their scent, even if they've been kept in the box. And their boxes look similar to, the label hasn't changed very much over the years, but using a lighter touch with this razor this time. Got most of my shaving stuff with me when I left. I'm going to have to go back and get my furniture and the rest of my shaving stuff and some other things. Okay, I'm going to rinse. And I can see it might be just as well to go ahead and re-lather the neck. Very nice scented soap if you like kind of a mild lemony or citronella scent. Does citronella have orange scent in it? I don't know. My nose is not too good sometimes. But, oh, going across is supposed to be. More than one person has said, you know, for $1 or $2, depending on where you get a puck of this contemporary Williams mug soap, that maybe you shouldn't expect a whole lot for that price, but it's just interesting to me that adjusted for inflation and for a similar price, I mean like 49 cents or whatever back a long time ago, several decades ago, the equivalent of $1 or $2 today, you can get the same soap, but it performs so much better. I mean, it is a no-brainer to lather the old formula. And yes, the formula has changed over the years. Don't let anyone try to tell you it hasn't. If you had a bad experience with this soap, it's probably a new puck. And I don't know. And then the company that makes this here in the United States anyway has changed hands several times. That's good enough for that second pass right now. I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm kind of dizzy, I guess. I'm kind of tripping all over the place. I'll come back, we'll do the third pass, and that will be against the grain. Well, lathered again for that third pass against the grain here, and the only thing wrong with this shave, I wish I had hotter water, and I guess I could have boiled some water or something, but that's okay. Against the grain, I'll start on my neck this time. Pretty good standard Persona blade. I think this is just an unmarked lab blue. The Persona name, or Persona, was on the paperboard backing of the blister pack that these unmarked blades came in. I think I got those off eBay or somewhere online. Yeah, there is a slickness to this soap. Even the contemporary version here. Okay, time to rinse. Oh, my shaved end's scattered all over in the other room, and some of it's in the other town, still at my friend's apartment. I got most of it here. But I just started to build a new shaved in on some shelving in my bedroom at the other apartment, but that whole situation didn't last too long. I'm gonna go ahead and lather again. Lather my face a little bit more. It's too bad that this soap dissipates, and like I've said, you can slow down the dissipation, make it a little bit less, keep the soap pasty on your face, and also really, really hot water. I remember years ago, several years ago, about 7 years ago, I guess, or more, when I first got into this kind of shaving, I would buy Williams mug soap at the supermarket, and I noticed even then, the hotter the water, the better. And I started boiling tap water in a tea kettle because we had really poor hot water, at least in our bathroom and kitchen sinks there. The hot water that came to my tub/shower was fine, but the water that came to the sinks was just a trickle, the hot water, and it took forever to get hot. So I would boil water, and I noticed that helped this soap a lot. In the future, hopefully not too far down the line, Hopefully I'll get that scuttle back, and I'll put some really hot water in it, and we'll try this shave again, at least this soap again. On my channel, I have used a vintage puck of this soap. Both the regular and the old discontinued menthol puck. And both of those did lather like a dream. They sure did. Okay, under the nose. Fairly sharp blade, and well, I don't want to go too crazy, but I'll come back and well, then we'll do pickups. Okay, well, it's pickup time. I'll lather up while you're looking at that. Lather the brush a little bit more. Pickup time, baby. Stole that lock, stock, and barrel from Paul H, but of course a lot of people, oh yeah, Paul H, not worthy. Yeah. Bless his heart, a lot of people have borrowed that from him. It's pickup time, or it's pickup time, baby, and I just went a little nuts with it, so. Nice guy, Paul, and lovely, very nice wife that he has that is in some of the shaving groups. I don't know if she shaves traditionally, but she kind of helps monitor his group, the one dedicated to him, Paul's Wet Heads, and at least one other group. So, very nice people, both of them. And I guess that does it for lathering under the chin for the pickups here, not along the neck. So, I may not go for BBS here. In fact, I probably won't. Been overdoing it too often and ending up with irritation on my neck. I think I still have some here. I even saw Paul the Great One get a little irritation on his neck in a recent one of his videos. So it can happen to the best of us. Rinse the razor. Okay, let's see. Yes, soap is still pretty slick, but I just don't want to overdo it, the shaving. Here he is, the well-traveled Mr. Towel. Oh. Oh, yeah. He's been everywhere, man, cross the desert sands, man, breathe the mountain, yeah, you know, breathe the mountain air, man, Mr. Towel's been everywhere, yeah. Yeah, I'm still crazy after all these years. Mr. Towel, ladies and gentlemen, I'll hang him back up. I'm gonna have to go dig through some stuff to get some aftershave and balm, I guess, but until I do that, and I'll do a recap here too. I'll use some of this Equate Walmart store brand witch hazel that I have handy in here. All things considered, a pretty nice shave. Ah, very nice. Okay, I gotta wipe my hands off on Mr. Towel again. Then I'm gonna pop out, I'll pop right back in, and I'll get the rest of what I need, and I'll do a brief recap, and then I'll put the finishing touches on this here shave. I'll go ahead and I'll start a recap here before I finish up. Well, let's see. I've already before I started on camera here, I had already prepped my face with L'Olivre Blanc shaving oil. And my razor was this Gillette TV razor, twist to open, and in there I had an unmarked Personna blade. I don't know what I did. Oh, it fell on the floor, excuse me. I don't have a lot of shelf space in this bathroom I'm using here, but unmarked, unlabeled Personna blade on its first use. And, oh, let's see here. My soap, if everything doesn't fall off here, my soap has been this contemporary puck of Williams Mug shaving soap. Right there. Available in supermarkets and online. Oh, let's see. My brush was this Eveready, originally a nylon brush, but restored and reknotted by Tim Abernathy with a contemporary synthetic knot. And my mug was this William Marvey Shaving Company. It's a plastic shaving mug. I hadn't used it in a while. I used to use this on a previous incarnation of this channel, and I happened to have it handy. Let's see, I don't think I'm forgetting anything except for the Equate Witch Hazel, which I already had applied here. And now my aftershave, I'm just digging out whatever's handy here because it's a mess in there. All my stuff is strewn about, but Barbasol, it's the Pacific Rush aftershave, the blue. And I think I read that they had quit making this. I haven't seen it available in a minute, but what I read could be wrong. It could still be available some places, I don't know. The green they're still making, the Brisk, I know that. Ooh. Yeah, ooh, that's pretty, what do you call that? I felt the burn, and now I feel the cool. So, quite a bit of alcohol in this, I think, but it's nice, and inexpensive. The Barbasol Pacific Rush, the blue aftershave. And now, finally, I'm going to finish up here, again, if everything doesn't fall off here. I'm going to finish up with this Nivea Men Sensitive Cooling Aftershave Balm. Now, I'm pretty sure you can still get this at Walmart, and I got this online. This bottle I have comes from India. You don't need a whole lot of this. I could have gone to Walmart, but I didn't want to make the trip, so one day I was ordering stuff online on eBay, I think, and so I ended up getting a bottle that came from India, I guess. It seems nice enough. And I'll show you that bottle one more time. I'm running way over here. It's the Nivea Men Cooling Aftershave Balm. Well, that's it. I gotta go. I'm running way over here. Hopefully this will all get better. We'll see you soon. Peace.